Welcome everyone to another great episode of Hidden Pockets featuring our special guest Luke and our usual suspects David and Daniel.
Suspects? Who you calling suspect?
I can call you suspect all I want. Just kidding. anyway, sorry, this system has crashed. Today's show is not about us, but it's about Luke. So Luke, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So my name's Luke. I'm from Oregon. My mom's from Jamaica. My dad's from the United States, of course. And I was born in Arizona. Grew up in Oregon. I have two younger siblings. I'm studying at BYU right now. I'm studying communication disorders. I'm hoping to get into the master's program here at BYU, and then I want to start a business as well. So hopefully a clinic or something like that to help out with people that have speech disorders or language disorders. So, yeah, that's me. Going to school right now, working part-time. So,
And what are some of your passions that you got?
yeah, that's a great question. So I'm really passionate about being creative. That's something that's important for me. I'm obviously passionate about people. I'm passionate about having good friendships, spending time with my family. I really enjoy being around people. I'm definitely very extroverted. So, yeah, and then being creative. And I have lots of different outlets for that love of creativity. So,
Awesome. And what about some accomplishments that you'd like to share?
accomplishments, that's a good one. So, let's see. I was valedictorian in my high school. That's probably one of my biggest accomplishments from my younger years.
Younger? Are you old?
I'm older now. I mean, I graduated high school like 7 years ago now. 7 years ago, I think. So, yeah. And then besides that, I'm proud of my time here at BYU. I've been on academic scholarship for a chunk of the time that I've been here at BYU. And then I'm proud of a lot of the things that I've learned how to do as well in the last few years. I went through this phase where I wanted to learn how to do things that I was afraid of doing. So I started learning how to tumble a couple years ago, and so learning that was really cool. I've gotten into new different types of exercise, like in the gym. Like I picked up calisthenics, and I picked up powerlifting as well. And then other accomplishments that I'm proud of in my job. I have a talent agency, so I work part-time with them as a model. And so some of the different companies that I've been able to work with, I'm proud of as well. So, yeah, those are some of the accomplishments I'm proud of.
I've also noticed you've done some acting in your little agency as well.
Yeah, just like super minorly. It's just been like basically commercial stuff, so nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, Daniel, you tumble too.
Yeah, but not professionally yet. One day.
One day.
I want to be like this guy right here. So
Yeah, those are my probably the accomplishments. I mean, I served a mission. I'm proud of that too. But
A brief little side history here, and it's kind of a funny story. So when I met Luke, it was at a Halloween party, and so the thing is that everybody in this room knows that I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. So I turn into like a little kid when I see somebody dressed as Spider-Man. And then I see this really big buff dude just like dressed up as Spider-Man, looking very accurate in Tobey Maguire style. And I'm like, that's Spider-Man. I got to go up to him. And meanwhile, I'm dressed up as Ghostface. So I go up to him and I say, can I take pictures with you? Like you're fighting me or something. And he took pictures with me. And then later on, he gave me his Instagram, and I asked him, hey, can I see your face? And he's like, no, because then my enemies will know. And I take off my mask, and I'm like, well, you see my face now, so now you know who Ghostface is. And he still didn't take off his mask. But then when I saw his Instagram, I'm like, now I know who you are. I'm gonna expose you. But yeah, just a little brief history there.
Wait, why didn't you introduce yourself by saying, "Do you like scary movies?"
I mean,
I'm
that
pretty
came
sure
later.
Peter Parker doesn't watch scary movies.
That's actually not true. He does.
He does?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you ever see this really old movie, Aliens?
For those who want to get into acting, modeling, or any sort of venture like that, what are some things they can do to get started and be motivated to stay and like looking for? I know opportunities can be kind of difficult to come by, especially nowadays.
Yeah.
And what would be your words of wisdoms for those who may want to do such a thing?
That's a great question. I think just starting is always the hardest part. I think, especially with modeling and acting, there's kind of this like fake it till you make it kind of a mindset. So I think just being willing to put yourself out there, to do the work, to put in the work to find jobs, to make connections, being willing to do stuff for free, just to like meet people and make connections and develop friendships and gain experience. You can even just start by like looking up Facebook groups. There's plenty of Facebook groups that are like modeling, acting, photography, hair and makeup artists groups, where it's just a bunch of people that are creative trying to network for each other. And so just like starting small, knowing that it will take time, and then just being really friendly, knowing how to talk to people, knowing how to interact with people, and staying in touch with people, staying in contact with people, I think is a great place to start. And then just being brave. I think being confident in spaces, even when you don't feel confident. Like I said, just like fake it till you make it. Like my first few times doing bigger jobs with bigger companies, I was pretty nervous and I kind of felt a little bit out of place, like a little bit of imposter syndrome. But I think just being able to at least look like you know what you're doing goes a really, really long way. So, yeah.
Okay.
And I can attest that with all the things he posts, yeah, he definitely looks like he knows what he's doing. Like, dude knows how to pose.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any last questions for Luke? I know Luke.
Well, I guess I'd just like to ask, what can you say about growth, like in general? My brain's dead right now.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, I feel like I've changed a lot in the past few years, in a lot of different ways. I think a lot of people that knew me in high school probably wouldn't recognize me now. And I think a lot of that comes down to developing good habits, I think is a big part of growing in a positive direction. Developing good habits, surrounding yourself with good people, being willing to try new things, and then being okay with change and okay with inconsistency and life, like how messy life is. And then I think the last thing that's really important that I think I struggled with for a long time, and I think a lot of us struggle with as humans, is being okay with being different versions of yourself in different times of your life. And knowing that because you have certain strengths or certain weaknesses in different times of your life doesn't mean that it will always be like that. Like you will go through different seasons of your life where you're a very, very different person. And just being able to be honest with yourself as you go through those phases and be like, okay, a year ago, I was doing better in this area than I am now. But I've grown in these other areas. So in the future, I want to try to keep these skills that I've learned over the past year, but I want to do better at being more spiritual, or I want to do better at being more friendly like I used to be. I want to do better at getting outside of my comfort zone or something like that. So I think the last one's really important. I think the rest that we kind of know, like We kind of know that you need to be having good habits if you want to grow. We kind of know that you need to be comfortable trying new things, right? But I think sometimes we forget about being okay with just like being a different version of yourself in different phases of life, and not just like realizing that and then losing yourself to a certain version of yourself, but realizing that you always have the ability to make changes and grow and become a different version of yourself throughout life, whatever that looks for. Because I think there's some people that like ebb and flow in their desire to be social, or they ebb and flow in their spirituality, or they ebb and flow in their family relationships, their friendships. And so I think just being able to give yourself grace and have understanding that you'll be a different person at different phases of your life, I think is really important in growth.
That is beautifully said.
Yeah.
I applaud you.
Thank you.
Applaud. Shoot.
And then cue to everyone at the Oscars.
I'm pretty sure everybody in this room, without sharing any specific details, I'm pretty sure everyone in this room can attest that we've all changed and grown as people, and we each hit like certain phases in our lives. And whether it be phases that, have not only helped shaped us, but were like ridiculous, or phases that still, even though they helped shaped us, were, not phases we're not proud of,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I used to be a lot more social in college. And like after, I want to say like a year after college, then after like, So the thing about what he was saying about different versions, no, I totally agree. I used to be a lot more social in college. And about a year after college, I was still social, but like slowly started dying. Was it because of me? Not 100%, because a lot of my friends moved on in life, all the usual, right? And now I feel like I'm at a good balance between being comfortable with myself and being with myself and doing things I love, and then also being social. And before, I used to be the kind of guy who would like to bring people together and stuff. That used to be my thing, and it's kind of died out. Why? It happens. Like it happens in life. And now I'm like, well, with the people I know, I'll just bring them together. Nothing crazy. I have more important relationships in my life, so I'm not all about trying to have everybody at the same time. And for my 24th birthday party, I invited a lot of people, and a lot of people did come. And the following year, since I already graduated, guess how many people came? Probably like a little less than half of that. It was kind of sad. But anyways, then this year for my birthday, super relaxed, nothing crazy.
Freak, man, like you got lots of people that do love you, and I hope you felt that love.
Thank you, I did.
Indeed. But yeah, I mean, the way I act now is definitely a lot different than I was back in the day. Because, okay, I think I already covered that ground. But jump forward to me today, like I've mellowed out. Like sure, like I still like to crack. I still like to crack clever ad libs from here to there. And don't ask me to tell a joke because I'm terrible at telling jokes. But I've kind of like my brother. Like I've learned to appreciate the friends around me. Like when I had my birthday party recently, like I was able to invite the people that I care about the most, and thankfully a lot of them were able to show up.
You didn't invite me. I'm joking.
Brother, did I just show you the picture? Dude, no, you were there.
They were here trying to boy who cried wolf.
Oh, jeez. But no, I actually was there. I recorded his birthday song.
Everybody goes through their phases of life, and I feel like I am no exception. Sometimes I don't feel it at the moment, but then when I look back at my life, I'm just like, yeah, I've changed. Continue with our host versus series. So last time we did David versus AI, if you can remember. And now today we are doing Daniel versus Winter.
Screw Winter.
Yeah, screw.
I will tag team with Daniel on that match.
But winter's a good holiday. I stand by with
Holiday.
But winter's a good season, I tell you. And I stand by what I've said in previous episodes, which is that winter's a great season.
Seasonal depression is real. The icy roads are real.
You know what they say about depression? That it feels cold.
Yeah,
you know what?
man.
You know what J.K. Rowling says, that the reason why Dementors are cold
Right.
because she was inspired by depression.
You know who's also cold as ice? Me sometimes. Boo. Why don't you guys take a chance with winter? Like, you know, guys can go sledding, eat or drink hot cocoa,
Yeah, I'm good.
take pictures. Then you love taking pictures in wintertime outside. Show them your photos.
No, like I was already mentioned, seasonal depression. I see roads. Do you see people going outside doing fun activities?
Yes.
No. Yes. Only the very few. But you compare it to
Yeah, no, but-
summertime, and guess what? Everyone's outside. No one wants to be inside.
I saw freaking people today making snowmen at BYU.
What a sad life. I'm joking to all those like doing summer, but still, no, thank you.
Santa Claus comes in the wintertime. You don't come in summertime unless you
Santa Claus already came.
Yeah, he did, and I didn't see him this year.
Yeah, neither have I.
Oh man.
But you were up. You're up until midnight this Christmas.
So?
It means that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Look, everybody knows I hate winter. That's not a secret. Why? I hate being cold
Me too.
and the icy roads, and you can't do
Me
anything
too.
in the winter. You know, like
You can ice skate in the pond.
you can ice skate inside too.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you know when you go outside, it's much healthier. You,
I mean, you're still doing exercise either way.
it's true.
There is the risk of the lake cracking to pieces. You know.
That's why you don't. That's why you don't ice skate on the lake on a day where it clearly doesn't look safe to skate on the lake.
I feel like this has turned into Daniel versus Chris.
Chris, let me ask you this: do you like to be outside when it's cold?
Let me ask you this: do you like it when flies surround you in the summertime?
Let me ask you this, Chris: what kind of nice social gatherings do you plan in the winter time?
There's a lot I can do in the wintertime, including games nights at my place.
Oh, nice.
But let me ask you this: do you have to deal with wasps in the wintertime?
Luckily for me, I do not.
Yeah, but you do in the summertime, don't you?
No, actually.
What about when you're eating? What about when you're eating baby Barbie? When you're eating honey ham outside or barbecue ribs outside, and the bees start surrounding you?
Chris, you were pulling things out of your butt with this one, man.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, man. Look at him. He's like, how do I get this guy with the bugs, with the heat stroke, everything? I'm like, people still do it.
Yeah.
Even with the bugs.
Well, you just kind of self-defeated yourself, saying like stuff like heat strokes, dehydration, that kind of stuff. I mean, those are things that don't really happen in winter, unless
Let's. We should go online and compare the accidents between wintertime and summertime.
I'm gonna say is that wintertime you don't have to deal with stupid bugs surrounding you all the time. And,
Chris,
like,
I do not ever hear you complain about bugs in the summer.
Daniel, you've been around me for years. How have you not heard me complain about mosquitoes and spiders?
Did you say
and
a year or years?
years?
I was
Okay.
like, a year?
Yeah, he's known you your whole life.
This guy.
Yeah, like you've known me for years. You've seen me complain about mosquitoes and spiders and flies in
Maybe
the
it's
summertime.
time for you to overcome your fear of the bugs, Chris.
We don't need to bring this in this podcast.
I see. I don't know.
Let me ask you this, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
All right. A lot of places in the winter, they do get snowed in. All right. That never happens in the summer. What you got to say about that?
Some schools don't have AC in the summertime, and so you're roasting in there like, like a turkey on Thanksgiving.
Daniel, what do you say about that?
That's the school's problem, not a whole general problem.
No, the snowed in part.
Oh, it sucks.
Yeah.
Like today, I came out of work and it was all snowy, and I had to go next door to grab some stuff. And guess what? I had to go outside, take the freaking snow, and I was freezing, man. I was like, oh.
Well, why don't you just bundle up?
I did. My hands are cold, man.
Well,
What were you gonna say? Wear gloves? I don't see you wearing gloves, Chris, so don't start.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I don't believe that.
On top of that, whenever it snows, you gotta like take off all the stuff that's on top of your car, your driveway, and everything.
Everything's so icy and
when
slippery.
it's
Traffic's worse, you know?
yeah, whereas when it's raining, you don't gotta do that because the water's just water.
Water's just
It
water.
rains in the wintertime too.
So it's not cold.
Okay, this
when
not,
it's summer at least.
yeah, but summer is like freaking hot. Like if you've been to Utah, like you're freaking roasting in the sun.
By the way, just saying, Chris talks about sledding, all these nice winter activities. I've never seen him go outside and do these things.
You see me go outside and go sledding, you goon.
Yeah, it was years ago. Doesn't count.
Do you do okay? Truth or false? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you actually do that right now?
Well, not at the moment because
Nah.
I'm
No. Like right now, as in like like since you left home.
like talking about sledding and that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Not at the moment.
that's what I thought. That's what I thought. He has a point.
And you know, when it snows, a lot of people tell me they like to stay inside and play their games and stuff. And Chris does the same exact thing. I don't see him do anything winter activity.
Well, you too. I mean,
I know I do, because I hate being outside when it's cold.
Yeah.
well, if it's too cold, I'll stay inside for sure. But like when it's snowing outside, you gotta enjoy the snow. Like I see David throwing snowballs sometimes at people.
Okay, you got a point there. I do throw snowballs at people. I like throwing snowballs, but I hate cold, and not everybody wants to play snowball fights with me. So what am I gonna do? Am I just gonna go outside and throw snowballs at every person I see? You know, no, I'm not gonna do that. What I'm gonna do is mind my own business. Sit down where it's warm, get nice hot cocoa, or just a heater, and play some video games for a bit. Because
Yep.
my house does not have a good heater, so I have to get a heater, like one of those portable heaters or whatnot. But yeah, aside from that, you know, I like ice skating. Daniel likes ice skating, you know, and we could do that literally all year long because there's a wonderful place that called
Peaks.
yeah, Peaks Arena where we can just go ice skating over there.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say everybody loves to do some winter activities.
Yeah, well, not me. Unless I'm surrounded by people, but like no, I don't do that. No. But prepare yourself, Daniel. The second we're outside, prepare yourself. I'm gonna throw a snowball at you and you won't even know it.
Before that happens, there's gonna be a big piece of ice on your shirt. Well, guys, we already know winter. It's not our season, except Chris for some reason. But
Well,
He's a psycho.
Listen. By the next
He's
episode,
Norman Bates.
by the next episode, I'm going to have a list of people who like winter.
watch it pull less nothing there. There's like two people. And we got a list of people like summer. Like the writing is off the paper.
It's easy. You just go up to Sundance. But I don't go up to Sundance.
Chris, I want to see what it's actually. No, don't go up there. I had a horrible experience. It's a long story. I'll tell you another day. But
I thought so.
exactly. So don't go. Let those people freeze out there.
And then they come after you because you made fun of them.
Then do it.
Okay.
I'll bring the heat on them. Okay. Where was I with this?
Grinch.
Huh?
He called you a Grinch.
You say I'm cringe?
No, I said
Grinch.
Grinch.
Oh, Grinch.
He called you a Grinch.
Uh-huh. All right, mister. I love my winter activity. I love sledding. I love being in the snow.
Meanwhile, doesn't do those things.
I drink hot cocoa at least.
You only get 1 point out of the other points you've listed.
I've gone sledding before.
Yeah, but like, do you do those things now?
I would if I had the equipment to.
You can
Hey,
literally rent. There are
I-
places where you can
If
rent.
I wanted to, I can go ice skating. Guess what I did?
What?
Bought my own ice skates.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you go ice skating all year round anyway.
It's exactly.
And you could also rent ice skates at Seven Peaks. I mean, they're not 100% comfortable, but like they're still ice skates.
I mean, I do that, but anyway, move on to the topic.
Oh man.
I think Chris doesn't want this this war to end, so this is his final round thing
It's funny,
from Mortal Kombat. Meanwhile, Daniel already gave him his fatality.
Oh man. Okay. The last thing we have in mind, worst group projects. Oh, I gotta think about this one for a moment. Worst freaking group project.
Well, here's a funny story about one of my group projects. So, thing is, this assignment was about the Civil War, and I kid you not, I was looking forward to like talking about it, writing about it, and then, discussing it with my peers. And one of those peers, okay, I'm gonna shout him out because he'll be back soon, but I'm gonna shout out Jace. He and we were in it together, and then we also had this one other guy. I won't shout him out because I ain't got his consent. But nonetheless, the three of us were gonna work together on it. And I'm thinking to myself, like, man, we're going to communicate well. We're going to do things well. And, like, I'm, like, looking through my history books and also playing Assassin's Creed a little bit, even though it doesn't necessarily have the Civil War, but, like, still. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, man, this will be fun. And I'm contacting Jace, and he's like, what? And I tell him, hey, we got to work on this group project. Remember? He's like, oh, yeah, that. I'm busy, so I can't really do that right. And I'm like, okay. And I kid you not, on the night before it was due, Jace was the only one out of the three of us that actually contacted me back and was like willing to like do the last bit of the group project. Whereas the third guy, he did absolutely nothing. He didn't even text. He didn't call. He didn't email. Because we had every manner of communications with this guy. And dude did not even contact us at all. He was just completely absent from the project. And then when the actual day of presentation comes up, he's like, okay, so what do I say?
What did you tell him?
We told him, no, screw you. So it was just me and Jace that presented, but like, because look, granted, I understand why the teacher gave us the grade they did, but still, like, we put in the effort. We should have gotten a higher grade, okay? But the teacher gave us a C. A C, man.
So what do I
like,
say?
That the excuse was that we did not have a third person with us. And
Yeah, but
I'm
he
like,
did nothing.
Exactly. I'm like, he
If you
did
don't-
nothing.
Like, if you don't put in the work, you don't get paid.
Exactly. And me and Jace are like, we literally put in the work. Yes, Jace was last minute for sure, but he put in the work. I put in most of the work, but still, like, at the most, we should have at least gotten a 99, like an A,
Yeah.
or a B,
Yeah, you were robbed.
But nah, we got a C, a freaking C.
Oh, gosh.
To that guy, if you're watching this, just know I haven't forgotten you. I know your Instagram.
Oh, now those are some fighting words.
Nah. He follows me on Instagram. We're chill still.
I
So
know, that's funny. Probably the worst group project I've had was in high school, where it was in ninth grade where I had to do a biology slideshow on, I forgot what it was, but I think it was on cells. Now I had to carry the team. It was a 2-person assignment, and and what this other guy did, he's such a goon. His only big contribution was at the end, where he put like a freaking derp face at the end of the presentation, which I did not know about until the day we presented. And I was going through the slides, and like everyone's like, and then I was going through the slides, and then I was just saying, well, that's all. And then we clicked the last slide, and then it's just a freaking derp face. I'm just like, how did that? And I'm like, I don't remember that being there. Like, it was literally adding the last minute, right? This goon who did absolutely nothing for the project.
Most of the time for group projects, honestly, it's not that I didn't do anything. It's that I wanted to do and contribute equally. But what would happen most of the time, the other people would start doing their things and I'd be left behind. So I didn't really get to contribute my ideas. That happened in college. Not necessarily like the people's fault, but it was just hard. Like, it happened multiple times during like the early years of my college times, just because it's not to say like I had a problem like not speaking up, but I'm the kind of guy like, well, if it works best for everyone, cool, I'll do my end. But then I felt like the useless member. That was my problem. You're like, ah, shoot.
In other words, he's not assertive.
Hey, yo.
dang.
But I was gonna say, later on, I got better at that. So of course I had to lead a little more in some things. But it was tricky because I'm like, wow, I'm in a new project, new setting. how come these people know what they're doing and I don't? Things first gen college students. What can I say? And the other thing is worst group projects. I was thinking about it a little bit. Cause like, oh man, because I haven't had like super crazy experiences like these guys. I do remember one in particular where I was with three of my friends for 8th grade science, and we had to create. It was a mess of a project. Basically, we had to create like a hypothesis, do an experiment, and test the results. And ours was so lame. It was reading and doing a quiz, and I remember half reading the articles because I did not know how to read in 8th grade, and giving questions based on those things. And so what you do, you get a digital version, and then you get a paper version. What I didn't know was the person was supposed to read both versions and answer the questions. My buddy got mad at me. It's like, Daniel, remember, you all agreed upon this thing, blah, 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 blah. He got mad at me because even though we all agreed to the project, I was like, this was a dumb idea. I was like, oh, shoot. Anyways, I forgot what grade I got in that thing. Man, screw 8th grade. That's all I got to say. But, no, that project was really boring. I'll tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
It was really boring, not fun. Like, the other people had way cooler projects. I remember that. Like, the grade before me, they had this race thing where they would, like, walk around the track and test the results after drinking Gatorade to see if that energized them.
Yeah.
That's way cooler than our lame, go read things that you understand project.
It's like that one Nickelodeon promotion where they made everybody go outside.
Oh gosh.
No,
yes,
literally.
you're right. Yeah.
And then nobody went. Everyone just flipped to the Disney Channel. No, but I tell you about that one time where I had to present an incomplete project in class.
Why don't you talk about that? I do remember you mentioned that to me one time.
Yeah.
That was your fault.
All right, hey, children, let me tell you a tale of woe. So, I remember in 8th grade, this was in history class, we had to do a presentation on frontier heroes, and and it so happened that I chose Davy Crockett. And so, it's my fault, like I procrastinated on the presentation, and also as part of the presentation, well, I had to do a creative aspect of it, so like whether that be, a video, a song presentation, and whatnot. And believe it or not, I did plan to actually write a song and sing in class. But they started presenting everybody's projects, and I still didn't actually complete it. And then I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait on this a little longer. And then this was on the second day, and they ran out, and everybody who was assigned to go that day went, and so they needed more people to go because they need to fill out the rest of the runtime. And then one of the names that was chosen out of the cup was mine, even though I did not complete it at that point, and it was clearly incompleted. And I'm just like, crap, what do I do now? And I didn't even write the song or anything. So what I had to do was just write a lame poem on the spot, which has long been disintegrated in the garbage can at this point. So I cannot recite it from the top of my head. But I remember.
I thought you were going to say, I love Davy Crockett. It's so good. He's a real hero for me every day.
No, it was like Davy Crockett, frontier hero, blah, blah, blah. I forgot at this point. That's how lame it was. But safe to say, I think I got a C on that project just because it was incomplete. And to this day, I've never presented an incomplete project in class. I think I still have the presentation itself, though, on my computer. I won't present it here, though. Anyway, does anybody else have anything to say before we close up?
Nope.
No, all I want to say is, you got to find that poem. I bet it wasn't even talking about Davy Crockett, but it was talking about the food Davy Crockett. The one good thing about projects is I was never super afraid to talk in front of people. Whereas, I mean, a lot of people to this day, nothing wrong with it because I guess a real fear, but like the amount of people that hate talking in front of people is insane.
It's true. I sometimes don't like talking in front of people. Like heck, even when when we're just like a class, and the teacher's like, "All right, everyone, turn to your partner and talk to them about whatever it is on the board." Sometimes just like, no. Anyway, with that, I'd like to thank everyone for watching our latest episode of Hidden Pockets, and I'd also like to thank Luke for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Subscribe to our YouTube page. Feel free to leave comments below on what topics we should talk about, and we'll see you next time.
Woo! Bye.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for being here tonight. I just want to let you know that we're going to have a little bit of a change of scenery. This room is going to change. We're going to be in a new filming location. And just to have you guys know, we're going to try and stay consistent more than ever. I know we have different schedules. I always get made fun of for always being absent, but I'm trying to do my best so I can be here. But we're going to have a new room, like I mentioned before. And we're going to continue to upload new videos. And we'll try and get to your comments and see what we can do to help out, cover those topics, share personal experiences if appropriate, and do what we can as well to see what you guys have to say. We're here for you. We love you. We appreciate all the support. And the very last thing I just want to mention, my brother is going to be graduating this April. Just want to give him a shout out. He's put in a lot of hard work. And I guess one little funny thing, sometimes you come home and that's the only time we see each other throughout the day. Thank you guys, and have a good rest of your day.